What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Code, aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. This video is going to be about whether or not Mauricio Pochettino should join Manchester United as the manager of Manchester United. Now, this is a topic of debate for a while now. A lot of people have a lot of different opinions on this. It's definitely a discussion worth talking about. It's not really the video I wanted to make, but with recent news of Pochettino really wanting this job, I think it's time to talk about it, and let's give a discussion on whether it could be beneficial or it could just be not the right move to make. So for anybody that has an opinion on this, leave it in the comments. Also like and subscribe if you enjoy the video. We'll get started. The first thing that I really want to say is we'll go to what a rebuild should be. And with Pochettino, you have to look at the other teams that he's managed before going into saying he's a good manager for this. So if you look at Southampton, he made that team relevant in a way because they played really good football under him, and they got really good players under him as well that potentially went on to bigger and greater things. So Southampton and Tottenham as well. If Tottenham, there's no need to explain with Tottenham. I mean, look at the players that they have, and that was really under Poch that they developed into the players that they have. The likes of Harry Kane, Son, Dele Alli, Eriksen at the time, Alderweireld, Vertonghen, Lloris, and of course the new signings like Ndembele and stuff like that that are still kind of finding their way. But he's put real world-class players into that team with very little money. So that's a very good sign of a rebuilding manager. And if you look at a rebuild, you think Pochettino. That's the first person that comes into your mind. He is probably the best rebuilding manager in the world, in my opinion. So in terms of rebuild, I definitely think Pochettino could replace Ole. We have to look at Ole as well. Ole has done very positive signs in terms of a rebuild. He signed some very good players. He's kind of changed the way that we played. I'll talk to that about playing style later. But I don't think there's been enough to say that we're in a rebuild in terms of improvements after the signings. So we signed Wan-Bissaka, we signed Harry Maguire, we've signed Bruno Fernandes, we've signed Daniel James, we've signed the Gala on loan. We have signed players that are helping us try and complete a rebuild. However, since the year before, when we didn't have any of these players, to the year after, when we do have all these players, I just need to ask, where has the improvement gone? If anything, we have downgraded in terms of results. That could be teams gelling. That could also be from injuries. But nevertheless, a downgrade is a downgrade. And that's what we have to judge this on. So Ole, in terms of signing the right players, gets a thumbs up. Very good signing of players. And that could necessarily not be down to him. But I'm going to give it to him either way because he's probably the one that makes the final decision on whether he wants the player or not. So you have to give him some credit for that. However, the results-based, which is what the Premier League is all about, results, he has downgraded. We're probably going to finish 5th or 6th. And last season, we finished 5th or 6th. I can't remember exactly what it was. But I feel like that's going to be similar here. And even if we do make the top 4, the points that we got it in is still a regression, in my opinion. Despite making the Champions League, whatever you want to say, it's a big regression. So in terms of a rebuilding process, you have to give it to Pochettino. So right now, it's 1 for Pochettino to join Manchester United to Ole's 0. So now it's time to go to playing style. So this is tough because I don't think any of them, both Ole and Pochettino, have the right playing style for Manchester United. Now, what I'm about to say is a bit controversial, but I don't think we should let history dictate whether or not we should play the way that we play. For example, with Sir Alex Ferguson, we always played fast-paced attacking football using the width, and it was worked very well for us. But that shouldn't define how we play now. It should very much be attacking football, that's for sure, and it should very much be very fast-paced because that's the way the Premier League is heading. It doesn't necessarily need to be width, and it definitely doesn't need to be counter-attacking. So if you're looking at Ole, he likes to play fast attacking football, but it's more of a defend first and then attack. It's a counter-attack, basically. For anybody that doesn't know the right term for it, it is a counter-attacking football. And for that, It's definitely not the right way, in my opinion, to play it for Manchester United. We're a team with dominant players, and we're going to have the possession majority of the time that we play. So counter-attacking football doesn't work against the smaller teams, and we've seen that over the coming months of us just struggling because we don't know what to do from open play. And when it comes to that, I think Ole gets a thumbs down because, yes, counter-attacking football works in some games. Against the bigger teams, we see counter-attacking works so well, and we are a counter-attacking team at the moment. I feel like if Pochettino came in, we would still be a counter-attacking team just based on how good they are at counter-attacking. But we need, obviously, to change the playing style. And Bruno Fernandes has helped in spades, but the roots are still there as a counter-attacking team, and we don't create enough from open play. So one player can't fix that. As much as Bruno has made an impact, we need more impacts than just Bruno Fernandes, and that will make us a better team. So under Ole, I can see what he wants to do, but at the same time, I don't agree with what he wants to do. I think we play way too defensive at home, and I think we play way too defensive in general for counter-attacking. We should be the teams that are on the front foot, not the teams soaking up pressure to get on the front foot. If you know what I mean. Our defense is very good. I'm sure if we played a 4-3-3 and we had one holding midfielder, our defense would still manage to be stable. We don't need to keep a clean sheet every single game. And if we can score 3 or 4 goals, the clean sheet is irrelevant. It might mean a lot to the defenders, but it doesn't mean much in terms of the games and the 3 points. So in that respect, that's what I don't really like. So I'm going to give that a thumbs down for now, but it's not a big thumbs down. I don't think either of them are big thumbs down. Looking at Pochettino, his playing style is more midfield based. It's playing like a diamond, which we've seen Ole try to adapt to, and clearly it didn't work. But I feel like Pochettino being a better manager in terms of that formation, we would probably see a better result as a result of him being that manager. So the diamond is more. Of course, it's like a diamond. So you have two midfielders, an attacking midfielder, and a CDM. That's the diamond. And there's no width whatsoever in a diamond. And that's what a lot of people, when they talk about being fast attacking football using the wings, Pochettino's not the right guy for that. But this is what I mean. We can't let the past dictate how we play now. We don't have many wingers anyway. Marcus Rashford, he plays off the wing at the moment, but his natural position is a striker that can play from the wings. So he would be similar to what Son does at Spurs. Martial, he's the same. He drifts to the wings. So there is going to be wing play here. But if we can play two attackers and we do it successfully, then at the end of the day, I don't see the problem in Pochettino's playing style. I really don't. We're going to have better creative midfielders. We have better midfielders than Spurs. I truly believe that, especially now. If we keep Pogba, we get Bruno Fernandes, or even if we sell Pogba, we get a Jack Grealish or a Maddison or any attacking midfielder. We have a lot of creativity in that midfield, and we also would win the midfield battle majority of the time under Pochettino because that's his game. His game is to win the midfield battle, and we would do that with the players that we have in the midfield. We still have Fred, McTominay. I'm assuming Matic would stay. We have a lot of unique players that can play Pochettino's style, and I don't see anything wrong with that. But there's, of course, the saying, it's not Man United. It's not the way Man United should play. And for those people that are really strong behind the history of Manchester United, they would have a big problem with adapting to a different style. And that's why so many managers have failed in this job. Jose, Van Gaal, Ole's failing at the moment, it looks like. Not now particularly, but overall he's failed. So there's a lot of players, a lot of managers that have, and David Moyes as well, there are a lot of managers that have struggled to play the Manchester United way since they've got here. I think some of them have tried and have failed. Others have never tried at all. So it just depends on what you want. I'm willing to adapt to another attacking playing style if it means getting better results. I don't necessarily need wing play, or we can have wing play few and far between. For me, that doesn't really matter. So I'm going to give that to Pochettino as well. When it comes to now winning trophies, that's the next category. This is the last category. So winning trophies is very important for Manchester United. We have a culture of winning. We want to win everything we're in. I think majority of the teams that are in the top 4 race or in the top 6, the Liverpools, the Man Cities, the Arsenals, Chelseas, Tottenham, Man United, I think all of them plan to win every trophy that they could get their hands on. Even the likes of Leicester now and Wolves and Everton, these teams want to win trophies that they can obtain. And as much as I really rate that, we're just not close to that with Ollie. Um, with Ollie, right now, still in the Europa League. We're favourites in the Europa League, so that's a sign. We're also favourites in the FA Cup at the moment, I'm pretty sure. We're versing Norwich, Chelsea versus Leicester. We've got a good time in that. We are the favourites for both cup competitions. But speaking of the past, with Ollie, we have not won any trophies. So take with that what you will. For me, it's too early to say that Ollie isn't a cup manager. Maybe he is. We don't know yet. But for now, we can definitely look into Pochettino as a top class manager, and he hasn't won any trophies. Yes, he's been in a Champions League final. Yes, he's been very, very close to winning trophies. He's bottled it many of the times, especially in the Premier League. They're known for that, really, Tottenham. But that's also the players' culture as much as the manager. So I don't think Pochettino coming to Manchester United particularly means that we're never winning a trophy, if you know what I mean. So, but in that retrospect, it cancels each other out because they both have won trophies at the top level. But with Pochettino, he's done significantly more. So I guess you could give that to Pochettino if you want. For me, I'm going to cancel it. It's going to cancel each other out. They both haven't been very good in cup competitions over the past year. With Ollie, we've eliminated from the Carabao Cup. We're nowhere near the Premier League. And we still have two cup competitions to fight for. Pochettino, in recent years, has come close to winning competitions, but has never just been able to do it. Their team just was not built to win trophies, which is a concern. So overall, it's still 2-0 for Pochettino to join Manchester United. I think it's clear and obvious. In my opinion, Pochettino is a much better manager than Ole. But Ole has been given a chance, and I think we need to see it through at least until the end of the year, or definitely give him another year depending on how well he does. If we can beat Man City, we can beat Tottenham, I definitely think give him another chance and we see where we go. But at the moment, we can't deny that Ollie's not a better manager than Poch. Poch is clearly a better manager in every way. He's had higher level experience for longer. I think with Ollie, he got into the job really soon, and it ended up costing him in the end. Just wasn't or isn't at the experience level as a Pochettino or even as a Jose. So we have inconsistent performances because of that. Very inconsistent performances. And that's down to the coaching staff as much as Ollie. You also got to bring into the fact that with Pochettino coming in, there's different coaching staff. I don't think he would keep Carrick and McGenna and all of them as coaching staff. He would bring his own in, which could also lead into a different direction playing-wise as well. So I think if you're comparing Ollie and Poch, you have to go with Poch. That's just it. You have to go with Poch. But Poch is definitely not the end-all be-all for Manchester United. He's not the one that's going to come in and save us. I really believe that. I feel like he'll struggle just as much as all the other managers. But we will definitely see attacking football, and that's what we all want to see at the end of the day. So we got to, whatever happens, it is a very close topic of discussion. It's pretty much basically what you want as a Manchester United fan. And that's what's so good about having discussions like this. You get to voice what you want. And that's all a fan really wants to do. They want to voice their opinions and they want to get their message across. And that's why these videos that I make, it's to get my message across. And let me know what you guys think about it. I think Poch is definitely the better option. But if we stick with Ollie, I don't think I'll be too upset with that. It just depends on how well we do. I've slated Ollie many times on his managerial performances, especially his substitutions at times, and I don't think that's ever going to change. So you just have to take the good with the bad, and there's a lot of bad with Ollie, but there is good there as well. We have to express both. We have to identify the positives and the negatives for both sides, and then make a decision. So in doing that, I still would pick Poch. Let me know what you guys think. I want to thank you all for watching. Yeah, this is not one I really wanted to make, but you know, there's just so much heat around. There's so much noise. I figured why not make one, see what I really believe, because at the moment in making the video, I really didn't know what I wanted, but now I have a good understanding. Poch could have came earlier if we didn't sign Ole, so maybe this is just making up for mistakes that we made earlier in the last season. Anyway, take care, like and subscribe if you're new, and peace.